Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about what I think is the best astrology book, and I'm going to talk about a few candidates before I disclose which one I do believe is the best. Now, one book that really comes to mind is the one entitled The Round Art, The Astrology of Time and Space. It was written by A.T. Man, I think this is a book that simply transcends time, actually. And what I love about this book is that not only does it give very good general physical descriptions for all 12 zodiac signs, but there is a specific physical description for every 5 degrees of the zodiac. So, there's also, in addition to that, there are also potential health issues listed for various zodiac sign placements. And again, a book that simply transcends time. It's definitely right up there as one of the best astrology books ever. I hope eventually, I don't know if it's actually attainable, or if this could be, if you could actually have a specific appearance for every degree of the zodiac. I would be something I would like to see if that is actually valid or accurate or not. So, but anyway, back to the subject at hand now. Another book I think that's one of the best astrology books ever is The Rising Sign, that was written by Jean Avery. Now, in the book, she talks extensively about all 12 zodiac signs and also gives a description of the probable signs of the house cusp for all the rising signs. So there's descriptions for all 12 houses for each rising sign. So for example, now for Taurus rising, of course, the first house cusp would be written about extensively, would have an extensive description on it. Then she would give a detailed description for Gemini on the second house cusp, and then a detailed description for the zodiac sign Cancer on the third house cusp, etc. Although I do believe that she did this based on the equal house system in order to simplify the writings. So anyway. Now, another book that really comes to mind as far as one of the best astrology books ever. Actually, this is a series. Now, the series I'm referring to, it's The Only Way to Learn Astrology. And the ones I had read were volumes 1, 2, and 3. Those were as far as assimilating astrological knowledge, I think it's basically, it could be everything but unprecedented. It is written in a very clear and perspicacious manner, and it certainly facilitates the process for learning it, I believe, in my opinion. Now, in this series, you learn about the sun signs, you got the planet, the zodiac, you learn about the zodiac signs, planets in the signs, planets and houses, aspects between the planets, aspects that involve the ascendant and midheaven. And then it goes it also chart rulers as well. It talks about many different elements in astrology, and also how to do like a chart overview or overlay, basically a summarization of a natal chart. And it's it's a source of very, to me, it really gives a lot of astrological information, and it's something that I would recommend to anybody, especially the people that are starting out trying to learn astrology and understand astrology charts. So anyway, now getting to the one that I'm going to choose, the book that I think is the best astrology book ever is actually, it's entitled Secrets from a Stargazer's Notebook by Debbie Kempton Smith. Now, the book, what makes this, the best, it is such an unorthodox manner, it's so unique. It is written in a very colloquial or conversational manner, much of it. It's almost like if somebody was talking to me about various astrological placements or what have you, and they were sitting at a table with me in a room and they were describing certain things astrologically. It is jam-packed with information. Of course, it's also written in a very whimsical and capricious manner. And the thing about it is, it's in one of the new updated versions, it has tables for the placements of the planets and also the asteroid Chiron from 1930 to 2030. Now, one very memorable reading I had in it, what I recall, is for the Gemini moon description. Of course, I have my moon in Gemini, and it was really funny. It said these people, something like, these people are little radios which jabber, jabber, jabber all day long, and something to the effect, well, at least radios you could turn off, though. I mean, it's really, like I said, a very whimsical manner, and it's very enjoyable reading. It provides a very quick and easy way to learn a multitude of things that are associated with astrology. I mean, including reading a birth chart. I mean, there's a wide divergence of astrological subjects that are written about, including Ori astrology, compatibility, relationship astrology, and even auspicious times to make purchases and to sell items, and also celebrity charts. Now, many things that were said in it, or at least some things that were said in it, I actually have memorized, maybe because I was so mesmerized by the book itself and the writings in it. Now, it's like some of these words and writings in this book have almost become an indelible fixture in me, embedded strongly in my mind. Now, I would say I'd recommend this for anyone that is enamored with astrology, whether you're an astrologer or you're just simply an astrology fanatic. This could be very enjoyable, and a book that's very hard to put down. If you're whether you're an astrologer or an astrology fan, I mean, it's enjoyable. I mean, regardless, and regardless of the level of astrology you're at, whether you're an astrologer or you're just somebody that pursues it as a hobby, or you're a fan of astrology. You know, whether you're at the novice, intermediate, or advanced level, I would say you could find yourself laughing at descriptions in there that are pertaining to you. Now, one of the newer paperback editions is over 500 pages, so it's a very good reading. It's got, as I stated before, it's jam-packed with information. It's got an abundance of information, and I do believe you will find it very enjoyable and very memorable, and it is, again, written in a very unique manner. So it is something that I would strongly recommend for anybody that is really enraptured, I should say, infatuated with the subject of astrology, whether you are an astrologer or you're just somebody that pursues it as a hobby or an astrology fan. So anyway, people, that will conclude this YouTube astrological segment for what I think is the best astrology book. Stay tuned next time, where I'm going to be giving you my Cancer September 2018 horoscope forecast. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.